This is another NAGA's radio station promotion. You already know the vibes. And I introduce you to my brother, Middle Eye. I'm gonna bring you some of that powerful knowledge and spoken word affirmation. Get familiar, link on the page. You already know the vibes. NAGA. This is another NAGA's radio station promotion. You already know the vibes. And I introduce you to my brother, Middle Eye, who gonna bring you some of that powerful knowledge and spoken word affirmation. Get familiar, link on page. You already know the vibes. NAGA.
7 grams. K-Cello. RP the WAP. I miss you, my nigga.
Okay, I'm feeling good on a bad day. Put the phone in the gas tank. How much more can a man take? I'm pussy deep like a bad cake. Pull your bitch on a bad day. Put the ash in the ashtray. Hit the hole like a lottery. Stole a heart like a robbery. Don't deal with a side fee. As a young nigga, saw a lot of things. In the trap with a dime piece. Hot blocks with a devil be. Told my nigga I'll never leave. Coke rush, I'll never sleep. Street life, the street life made 2 grams, but that's like a thief in the night. We got lost in the street lights, 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 lost in the. We in the club all night. Yeah. We got lost in the street lights.
Where do I start? Where do I start? Check it. Where do I start? Meditate, then I gather my thoughts. It was all a lie, even though they act like it's a walk in the park. Fell in love with the streets. I gave her my heart, she tore it apart. The minute you fall, who can you trust? Really nobody at all. That you could depend on your dog. You hit him collect to get you a check, he won't even answer your call. Remember when y'all were getting cheddar, blowing Cuban cigars? Switching lanes in them foreign cars, fucking bitching they walls in the club, feeling like you a god. Ha! But really though, we were just young niggas lost, with dreams of copping a Porsche. Get money, fuck women and floss. Breaking laws of all sorts, living life without cause. A few of us here to reminisce, but most of the clique is gone. We never knew that the revenue wouldn't compensate for our flaws. So what do you do to cope? Nobody you know feels hope. So we OD'd on the weed smoke and the codeine, cause we need hope. We OD'd on the weed smoke and the codeine, cause we need hope.
I'm like a thief in the night. We got lost in the street lights, 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 lost in the. We in the club all night. We got lost in the street lights, lost in the street lights, lost in the street lights, lost in the street lights.
Okay, today's build is particularly about understanding what divine is trying to say. And I just had a conversation with a brother of mine, you know what I'm saying? There was some points in there that I spoke on towards my particular value that I want to illuminate, right? As far as purity and understanding aspects. Like this is how this war works with you, and I don't think you really know it. Divine's energy, when you really get divine energy, it's always gonna make you feel like everything is better instantly. Boom. It's like divine tap into you, the day get bright, everything is beautiful. You like, yeah, I'm ready. Da 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 da. It's turned. You know what I'm saying? So then ultimately, you know what I mean, whatever particular feeling that you was having towards whatever negative perspective is gone, right? But then that feeling in itself, soon as that happens and it's gone, you know what happens? You think you could take on the world again. You automatically feel good enough to step out and start making moves yourself. That is the trick. That is the trap right there, whether you know this or not. Divine wants you to be and be still. For the most part, if you can relinquish the values of particular understandings that you have, you will start having miracle aspects take place in your life. Divine will start showing up for you in these different aspects, i.e., via circumstances, situations. You know what I'm saying, or ultimate help situations when things just won't happen, and then you looking for something to happen, but you trying to make it work yourself and it just don't work, and you're like, why it just don't work? It's because divine is trying to get you to be still so he can do it and show you the highest version of what that looks like. But ultimately, what happens with negative and positive, people try to initiate these things themselves. You know what I'm saying? And when you try to initiate negative, positive yourself, you get a clash of energy. And we wondering why it don't work. But ultimately, me, I'm always listening to the divine. Like I'm always like, yo, what you want? What we doing today? You know what I'm saying? What's the smoke, divine? You know what I mean? Where we going with this? And divine today, my little personal experience, like I walked out or whatever, and I was like, yo, it's nice today. I'm gonna take some pictures in the sky, you know what I'm saying? Some beautiful cloud pictures, probably merging together to see what deities I could pop up with, right? So looking around, it's so clear. It's like nothing really up there. Like whatever came through the thump, they done thumped it out. And it's like, yo, ain't getting no smoke right here. We clearing up everything's out here. We clearing up everything's out here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that type of vibe. So I'm like, yo, something said keep walking. So I kept walking. Instead of going back to the hotel, I kept walking. And it's like this road that was kind of cut off or this road that was kind of like blocked off or whatever, but it was like no traffic on there. But if you go down, it's like kind of overgrown and with like for mad long. It's like trees and everything. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So I walked out there. I'm like, yo, it's luscious green out here. You know what I'm saying? Went and sat in the meditation real quick. I'm like, yo, this is dope. And I couldn't even meditate. What it was is divine was just bringing me into nature. He was bringing me into nature, sitting me down to be still in nature. And then I had a chance to like drown out the normal sound and focus on the natural sound of like bugs moving through the leaves and birds. And it was just beautiful, you know what I'm saying, to be able to attach to that value and then and get a level of clarity. And ultimately the level of clarity that came was divine is like every time you get in the way of what it is, like meaning every time you try to make something happen or you try to do something, you are stopping the energy from actually taking place. You're stopping divine from showing you the best way to happen, no matter what it is in your life. We can only do so much that we're going to solidify ourselves to be happy with as far as the connection to particular values. But ultimately, divine is the master teacher. Divine is the true master teacher. So only thing we do is we get a chance to explain particular values that rise the level of consciousness on a normal level to make people see us as a master teacher. I don't consider myself anything but a son of divine. I'm in ranks to rise to be one of the next protectors of the universe and the planes of existence. You know how I know this? Because I love growing stuff. A lot of people don't like growing stuff, you know what I'm saying? But eventually, in one lifetime, you will come back and you will want to grow stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And the way you take care of those things you grow will speak to the value of you being ready for this position, this job position. It's a universal job position. So for the most part, yeah, we have children. We go out into the world. obtain things. We speak a particular value of energy. And on top of that, we still hold on to this as a humanity aspect. Like you use it to have ego means you're human. You know what I'm saying? Like without ego, you wouldn't even be here. It's not a person on this planet that's walking around without ego. I'm tired of people saying that. And I even said it too. Like, don't get it twisted. I've said it too. I'm going to stop my ego. Nah, you can't stop your ego. Your ego is existence. You're here, you're manifested into life because of existence. You know, that's ego. Without ego, you couldn't even be real. You see what I'm saying? You couldn't even be physically here. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that your job is to connect in the divine principle, not the principle of oneself. Because ultimately, it's going to constantly keep pulling you back into yourself to peace, brother, peace. Love. That's my man right there. Love, love, love. That's my dude right there. That's my brother from another mother. Salute, King. That's the young king right there. You know what I mean? So divine wants to show you how to do these things the proper way. You know what I'm saying? The divine principle is going to line you up with the exact way how these things work. But you get in your own way all the time. Your flesh is going to automatically make you feel so good to where you think you can do these things yourself. And then you see there's a shortcoming once again. It's because we've invited the flesh to manifest these ideas for us once again. Divine is the ultimate master of all things. So if you want to have it done correct, when you have those first thoughts and you want to actually, you formulate the idea, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going this way. You stop right there. You say, divine, I've had these thoughts already, and this is what I want to do. Will you step in and make my thoughts purified the way you want them to see fit? And watch divine merge that energy in a way you never even knew. And you'll be like, wow, look at that. I wasn't going to do it that way. That is the true power that we're trying to harness. You're trying to harness getting out of your own way in every single aspect. And some of these incremental motions, when they take place, you don't know that they're taking place because you think feeling good is an apt to the correction. No, the feeling good is the replacement of the negative energy. You feel good, you feel bad. Divine steps in, removes bad. Now you feel good. Feel good is equated to being able. When you feel good, that's equated to you being able. So now once you feel good, you go back in the world and you try to do it again yourself. And you fail. And you fail. And every time you fall, divine said, see, I'm trying to show you how to do this correctly. And then you'll say, but I thought. Somebody told me years ago, everything after but is bullshit. Everything after but is bullshit. So ultimately, you have to be mindful of what you're trying to obtain. Do you comprehend what you're trying to obtain as far as the knowledge and the connection to the spiritual awareness? Your fight is not people, okay? This is not your fight. Your fight is allowing divine to be in your life 100%. Your fight is against humanity. Your fight is against the fact that you want to prove that you're a human. And sometimes you prove these things and not even knowing that you're actually doing these things. You're proving by your ego. We're divine beings. We're children of the divine pretense. We're growing as seeds to divine beings. It's a fact. So ultimately, what are we doing when we take our own understanding on? And that own understanding is particularly you feeling good, thinking that you're going to manifest a value better than divine. So you have to be mindful of that. Feeling good does not give you the charge to go run into the world. It gives you the wherewithal and the clear thought to say, I'm going to choose divine first. That's what that's about. That's what that's about. And once you start living that image and you walk that image and people see you in that light, people see you give that particular motion every single time. It should be the image of what connection to the divine really looks like. Most people want to show their dominance for physicality. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I did it first. I'm the strongest. There's nothing stronger than divine. There's nothing greater than divine. There's nothing better than divine. There's nothing that will teach you better than divine. So in all of your criterias, your percentages, your ratios, your charts and graphs, it doesn't mean nothing to the creator of all things. And if I wanted to defeat anything, if I wanted to overcome anything, if I wanted to stand strong against anything, I only need to connect to the Most High. And I will win every time. Because not even the lowest of low was able to go against the all of all. So what would I worry about? What would I outburst about? What would I scream contingencies about? What would I ask for? What would I ask for help for? These things are only particular values of us trying to solidify this motion in ourselves without connecting to the Most High. No, I'm going to connect because I want it the right way, you know? And I always wanted it like that. I always had this mentality to invest in the best value of things. Even when I had my studio years ago, I would tell people, I go to City Trends when you can go to Gucci. That mentality in itself for me was about how much energy you was willing to put into yourself instead of, you know, spending money with people who haven't reached a professional value. Why would you do that? It's like a waste of time. I'd rather go to the source. So ultimately, here I am going through my life, always looking for the better way to understand things and have clarity when divine says, show me who's going to be better than me. Who's going to teach you better than me? Naturally, having that connection to want to have the purest understanding of all things, that in itself is a divine motion. Because you're seeking. You're seeking for truth without your own understanding. You don't know. You're just going for what you think you know. So you said, divine, will you guide me through this to the highest spot? The vulnerability in that is beautiful. The innocent is that in that is beautiful. But look, I ain't gonna hold you. I wanted to come bring y'all this particular piece of knowledge because I think it's important. And ultimately, most people don't sit down and actually fully depend on what the divine has to offer you or how the orishas are going to redirect you for the best position for yourself depending on the circumstance. We don't use these things at the particular value. We want to falsify them. We want to make it look like that we understand these things. And there is penalties for those. We want to use them to hurt our people, and there are penalties for those things. So, with that being said, be righteous in your choice to deal with the divine. Put the negative things of the world behind you and come to the divine in light. And you will start to see that within that pretense, you will be gained and access to everything you need to have clarity. That's what this is always going to be about. And sometimes, depending on how much you dig a hole in your life, will be how long it takes for you to understand these indifferences. Because now you have to fix what you thought you knew. It's going to be a lot of realizations in that. It's going to be a lot of crying because of all the things you've done. I know, I've been there. I wasn't always this person. I was young at one point. I was young and didn't have the understanding completely. And I would beg the divine for the understanding, but because something I might have done by being a young man, I had to learn from those things. And when I was able to learn from those things, you know what? I never picked them up again. This is growth. Who tells divine what's worse and what's bad and what shouldn't deserve divine attention? Are you growing to actually speak to divine in a particular way? See, it's not even an act of what you're doing. It's the act of learning from yourself. That's an act of divinity in itself. Learning from your own mistakes and being mindful of those things. That's an act of divinity in itself. So you have to take this on You have to take this on the chest as if you know that you're imperfect. Not that you're walking around and you're great already. You have to know that you effed up in the inside. And you have to beg for help, beg for forgiveness, beg for clarity, beg for protection. And you have to do this over and over and over and over and over until you mean it. Until you mean it within the actions of your flesh, to where you stop trying to solidify actions yourself and you allow the divine to guide you. Until that takes place, these things in the world gonna always f you up. You're gonna be like, oh, why is these things happening? Because you don't listen. Because you just won't listen. You're hard-headed. And having a hard head doesn't allow any electricity to sink in through the soft spot. Like, it's an answer for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny to me at the end of the day because you know how many times I've hit my toe, bumped my head, hit my knee, hit my funny bone. Yeah, I've tortured myself plenty of times, like my whole life, even when I didn't have the right guidance. And I still didn't want to blame anyone, even though it was a lot of people to blame. I wanted divine to show me why. I want divine to show me why people were evil the way they were. I want divine to show me why people lied and why people would manipulate and all this. I want divine to be the one to illuminate these values. In different times in my life, I couldn't get the knowledge because I wasn't ready for it. Divine was like, "You're too young for that." So I was like a kid asking big people questions. You know what I'm saying? Divine was like, "You ain't ready for that yet. It's gonna hurt you." You know what I'm saying? So I had to be mindful and I had to keep growing. And sometimes I would lash out because I just wasn't getting taken care of. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? It was always a clash to the value. So ultimately I understood and I grew with that. And once I grew with that, a different comfortability came within my life, a different stability. A look came over me that I remember my grandfather having. And then I understood why he felt these particular ways because he had divine in his life. My grandfather prayed, and his prayer was different. Like he prayed seriously. It didn't matter what else was going on out in the world, Mike. If you didn't shut your mouth and pray when he prayed, you're gonna get hit. He always showed respect to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? All the time. And that's a value that I picked up. And when I stopped playing with that, when I stopped joking around with that, when I stopped making it a lighter issue and I made it a real issue, you know what happened? Divine showed up in my life 10 times more. He showed up in my life 10 times more. I stopped taking it so lightly. I took it serious. I stood on these values. You see what I'm saying? So I walk that way. I walk with respect for people. I walk with righteousness. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to go do some dumb shit because it's dumb. That's just not me. I've been in the world. I had fun before, but killing myself ain't fun no more. You know what I'm saying? Like doing stuff to damage myself is not fun no more. I got old enough to realize that stuff would make me have side effects. You see what I'm saying? So living in physical fun, it's not a particular venture for me. You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? As a young man in my 20s, I've done a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I still haven't experienced the level of happiness that I really have for myself. I'm fighting through the world right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting through family. I'm fighting through lies and manipulations and people heinous thoughts. And Divine say, don't worry about fighting. I got you. So that's what I be doing right now. I be practicing on keeping my connection with the divine strong. So therefore, when divine asks me to do something, I can hear that. Otherwise, I'm blinding my eyes to it every time I put something else in my life that ain't got nothing to do with that truth. Facts. And I can't ask myself later why shit ain't going right. I did that to myself. So in the same breath, you got to be mindful of these things when you're going through life. It's nobody's fault but yours. Even when you make the wrong choice, you got to go back to ask yourself why you made that decision in the first place. It might have been karmatic. It might be something deep-seated in your bloodline, reason why you chose to do that shit in the first place. And then when you did it, you like, after it's all over, you really don't even want to be a part of that. You just did it because. So then you sitting there like, damn, how I even getting this energy? It's because you probably gonna be the one to break the karmatic curses in your family. That's why you can see that. You see the wrongdoing. Why you doing the wrong stuff, you watching yourself do it. And you know you're wrong, but you still do it. That right there is the telltale sign telling you that you're going to be the one to stop that. Unless you're going to play boo-boo the fool and keep looking at yourself do dumb shit and be mad at yourself later because you did something stupid. Who going to save you from that? I can't save you from your own choices of idiocy. If you be dumb on purpose, that's on you. Divine watching this happen and keeping you safe, so therefore you can learn through the pain, feel the pain, look at yourself, make these mistakes, and then say, damn, I got to change this. And the only way I'm going to change this for the better, unless I ask Divine to lead me through this valley of darkness. Yeah, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I don't fear no evil. The light is inside the body. It's completely dark inside the body. Your body fills the world with your extremities. So you are the valley of darkness walking. The light you carry is the divine being. That's the king inside you. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even know you. I ain't trying to control you. I ain't trying to fool you. Damn sure ain't trying to mold you. I'm just doing what I'm told to. Divine. Oh yeah, don't let me just peace out like that. I'm about to jump back into the 7 grams, second half of the song. Advertisement, radio station still popping. You want music played on the radio station? Holla at me. You see what I'm saying? I still got slots. Everything that I always talk about is still available. Contact me in the email. You say masksquadgreen@gmail.com, masksquadgreen@gmail.com. Before you send me music, if you want your music played on the radio station, before you send me music, you better send me a Cash App or a PayPal. Because if you don't, somebody hit my inbox, didn't even introduce themselves to me, and then sent me 3 songs. I'm like, you ain't even talked to me yet. That's a good way for you to catch a dub from me. You don't ask me anything, you don't say nothing to me, you just run past me and still don't even pay me for my services. That's a good way to catch a dub from me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna even consider you at that point. I'm not gonna think about you. I'm gonna be like, yo, what's that? Well, who is Roadrunner? What they doing? Oh, I ain't worried about that. They ain't stopped to talk to me. You ain't stopped to talk to me. You didn't consider, you ain't say, hi, how you doing? You ain't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't say, can you? Will you? Is it possible? You didn't ask me anything. You just came through, dropped your songs off, and bang, bam. That was like a month ago, and I ain't say nothing. Because there's no respect there. You respect me, I will respect you. You show me love, I will show you love. You keep it 100 with me, I will always be 1,000 with you. And that's real. So, like I said, you already know the vibes. You know I'm on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm on the, hold on 1 second. Yeah. Hello? My brother calling my fucking phone. Man, call his phone, don't say nothing. I'm gonna be an idiot. I'm gonna call and don't say nothing. It's retarded. Maybe thinking they doing something like, I'm like, yeah. Shh, don't say nothing. But they moving all around in the background. Like, you can't be more cornier than that. Like, what is wrong with your life? Get it together. Get your shit together. Get it together. Deuces, I love y'all, man. Have a great day. You already know the vibes. Go to the radio station, man. Check out the radio station, man. We bumping. I'm still putting new music up there. Matter of fact, I got a new track from Woody. You know, the brother that you be hearing him in my hearing him in the drops. He be like, yeah, you already know what it is. No, what he say? He said, I might name my album that. It's Gwitty. It's Snasty. You know what I'm saying? Like I might name we naming albums. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. We naming albums. So brother got a fly track. I'm about to put that on the radio station real quick. You already know the vibe, so stay tuned for that. And I also uploaded another track that me and my homie did a minute ago, some fire. You know what I'm saying? Some years back, but it's still fire today. Like, I don't know, I was like futuristically dropping these tracks and killing them years ago. I didn't even know my shit was like 15 years ahead of itself. You know what I'm saying? 20 years ahead of itself. So you already know the vibes. Stay tuned, rock with me. And if you need any knowledge, reach out to the inbox, hit me up, connect with me. I don't mind building with nobody. You already know the vibes. It's your boy, Divine Naga. Yeah, you already know the vibes. You rocking with 7 grams, baby. Turn up. Let's go.
Mother sunrise.
loud like an African drum, but still calm like a whisper. I drank her essence, a perfect elixir. Now let's dance to the rhythm. But see, the truth was always forbidden, and black love is